Hey everyone, it's Brickwaffle again, and we're back at the end house. We're going to do a second episode on this Let's Build, and today we're going to do some interior work, so hopefully you guys are excited. I saw some good comments. Thank you for that nice feedback on the last video. And let's take a quick look around here real quick. The only thing that I've done in between videos is I added some glowstone underneath the leaves here so that we get some more light around the outside. And of course I've turned it back to very high brightness right now so we can see what's going on a little bit better. Obviously we'll take a look at this thing at moody brightness at the very end. But what we want to do is figure out what we want to do with the downstairs and then with the upstairs. And I think I mentioned in the last video I was going to do a little bedroom in this nook right here. I think that's going to be really cool with the Ender Dragon head right there. So let's start with that and let's look for a bed. Obviously that's the first thing we want to do. And we could just plop a bed down right here and call it good. But I think what we want to do is make this a little bit more interesting. So we're going to grab some bookcases here at the back and we're going to put those right back here, kind of like a little headboard with the bookshelves built into it. And then we want to get some slabs as well. And we don't have orange clay, but let's try this and see about that. Does that look, that looks a little weird. That looks a little too strange. No, I don't like that after all. So we're going to leave it actually just like that, I think. And maybe what we could do is maybe whoop, and I tried to sleep in the end. Take two. Alright, so beds don't have to be practical in the end. In fact, they can't be practical, so that actually gives us a couple of other options. Let's try this again. We might get some bookshelves, and we're definitely going to get some wool blocks. Let's maybe do a purple wool, and maybe we want to do some carpets here. So maybe some gray carpets, and we could potentially also do snow layers. That might also look okay. So let's try the headboard at the back again. Whoops. And then what we want to do is some purple wool up here. And then what we want to do is some snow layers, I think, to make like a nice little pillow at the top. I actually think we need to make this bed a little bit larger still. And let's make these bookshelves come up a little bit more on the sides there. And that is going to block off our window, but that is going to be one enormous bed. I think I'm going to be happy with that. Like I said, it can't really be functional anyway, so it just needs to look interesting. Let's take a look at that outside. I think we're going to knock that window out. And yeah, there's just the one bookshelf there that's kind of silly now, so we'll just seal that in. And that's going to be alright. I think that's going to be just fine. Okay, so there we go. Let's get rid of this stuff. We've got a nice bed up here with a bookshelf and a little light over it. That's good. What we probably also need up here is some other kind of nice touches for living area. But let's go do the... Whoop, that's weird. Let's go down here and do some practical stuff first. So what do we need in any kind of house? Well, obviously we need some furnaces. And we're going to need some crafting tables. That's kind of the obvious stuff you have to have if you're going to make this an ender base. You might want to cook up something. So let's do some furnaces. Actually, let's do it a little bit differently. Let's do... Let's do a furnace array somewhere else. What can we do with this? I think I know what we're going to do with it. We're going to put the furnaces here and here. And we're going to put some chests underneath these in the floor like that and that. And then what we're going to use is hoppers. There and there. And that'll take the items out of the furnace when they're cooked. Now we can put hoppers into the sides for fuel. And we could put hoppers into the top for items. But that's actually going to be a little tricky to do to get to that chest up. No, that's probably alright. So let's see. We need some more chests on this side and up here. And we can't open those because of the clay above. Alright, so we're going to have to fix that up. We'll have to go upstairs and fix the clay, but if we have this, and let's put some items in each of these things. So let's get some coal, and we're going to need a bunch of this stuff. So if we put coal in here, and I think you can, yeah, there we go, just fill this up by shift and mouse wheel clicking. That's going to fill the furnace up, and it's also going to fill the hopper up. And then what we can do is we can put in something up here like iron ore. Let's just get 64 of that and throw that in the hopper. And that's going to start going into here to cook. And as it cooks, it's going to come out on the bottom. So let's wait for that one to finish. There we go. And that should show up in this chest. So we've got a couple little quick furnace arrays. We could do the same thing over here if we really wanted to. We just take this and shift and mouse wheel click and drop it all in there. And then we could also grab some of the iron ore out of this one, throw it in here. We still need to fix the floor above because you can't open those top chests. So that means we have to take this out, and we need to replace that with something else. So it's possible we could do a border around this whole thing, oops, just to make it look nicer. What would that look like? And maybe let's cut across here and we'll leave the bedroom as is. So if we do slabs, that should work. And we could do sandstone because we already have the sandstone slabs. And let's just check and see what other slabs we have that we could use. We could use the red sandstone slabs that we were going to use for the bed design early on, but I don't think this is going to work. Can we open that? Yeah, because that counts as full blocks once you do it. So we'd have to do it this way, and then it's going to look a little strange most of the places. But let's go fill that in from underneath. I think this will be okay. And if you're using a texture pack where red sandstone is actually more red, oops, I think that's there. Yeah, there we go. And you don't like this, pick a different slab. It'll be all right. Let's come down here. So this looks a little strange with that recessed ceiling there, but what we can do is fill it in everywhere else. Here, here, and here. And then you'll just have the little gap at the top there for the chests for the furnace array. And I think that's going to be all right. Doop, and that should be fine. So now, yeah, you can see up there a little bit. You can see the obsidian, but it works, and that's the important thing. So you got your furnace array over there. Now what we want to do is have some crafting benches. And you want to probably have those nearby your furnace array, so let's put one right here. But maybe we want to do something similar on the opposite side of the room. We're going to put a crafting table over there. And this will be for things that we have for just kind of bulk storage. That's one thing we haven't really done a very good job with yet, is bulk storage of anything. So this trick right here, you just putting your storage in the floor, that works just fine. And then we need trap chests. So we're going to put those in here. And that's going to be okay. That gives us quite a bit of storage, 4 double chests right near this. Now we could come down here and put in some of this clay underneath these chests. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oop. Let's see if we think that looks any better. Yeah, you know what? I think it does. So we're going to do the same thing over here. And obviously you wouldn't have to fill this part back in with clay. You could use end stone or whatever you wanted for that, because you won't see these 2 blocks. But that's going to look nicer. And yeah, you see the obsidian, but I think that's actually okay. It highlights that there's something going on there. And you could also do some storage in a couple of other places. Let's do some dispensers. Oops. No, let's do droppers. Droppers make for really easy stackable 1-block storage. And you could do that even right here, and that will not open. No. So you could do that in other places. Maybe we want a couple over here like this, just some storage under the stairs. We could even do it this way and kind of fill that up. I don't know, you guys tell me what you think about that, but this could be for items that we don't need a lot of, maybe for gear. Or alternatively, what we could do is have this be one of those kind of like armor equippers by standing right here and pressing a button and having all 4 of those things dispense out at us. I think that would work. But that might be a little tricky to wire up with the back wall right there. So if we're going to do a piston house, maybe we would do some of that. For now, we're just looking for different ways to make this look fancy. Let's get some fence posts here. Let's use birch fences. And let's take out, let's do one there, and then one, what would this look like if we just did kind of ladder back stairs here? And take out those 3 blocks. Actually, let's take out all of those. And use end stone. Or let's use sandstone. Smooth sandstone? Yeah, smooth sandstone would look good here. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit nicer with the kind of support for the stairs there. So that's another thing we can do. And we also want some paintings for sure in this area. So let's do a little painting work here. There's not a whole lot of places you can put one. You could put a tiny one, if we can find a tiny one, right above the door. Or maybe we could find, oh, there, of course, that's the tiny one. We could find some of the 2 tall, 1 wide ones, but maybe we'll just put that painting there above the door. And we could also do something similar on the upstairs area. All of these are kind of odd numbers, so there's no 3 wide paintings. Whoops. And 2 wide paintings are going to look a little strange there. Some of these really big ones are going to look out of place too. If we could get one of the 2 tall, 1 wide ones, that would be great. No, I'm not going to have any luck with that, it doesn't look like. Okay. Well, if you wanted to play around with paintings, this would be a good place to do it, because if you can find just the right size, like that one, of course I put it in the wrong block, then that could look interesting there too. I'll let you guys experiment with that on your own if you'd like to. Let's go back and use some of these droppers for storage though. I think what I want to do is do one here. You know what? Maybe what I want to do is something else over here actually. Let's do not droppers, but dispensers. here, and here. And then what we want to do is run a pressure plate. Let's see, what do we want to do? Wooden pressure plate? That's going to be okay, because that's going to open our door, but what we can also do is have that give us potions every time we leave the area. So there's a couple of ways we can do that. We need to get the redstone signal up to here somehow, and if you don't mind it looking kind of like, you know, very obvious that that's what's going on, you could do it pretty simply. Okay, so I think this is going to work. Let's do this on the other side as well. So we need a redstone repeater, block, and another block up here. Then we need a redstone torch on the top of that one and the top of that one, and that should work. And then what we need to do is throw some splash potions of not harming. Probably want to do, we could do leaping. Let's get a bunch of those, and we're going to do maybe regeneration. That could be useful here, or strength. Maybe we want strength, splash potion of strength 2. And that way, whenever we go out here, we can easily kill Endermen. So let's just fill this guy up here like this. Oops. No, it's not going to let me do that, huh? Yep, alright, that's alright. So we can just do it this way. And then we'll do this guy with the strength potions. And come back over here. And let's see if this works. Okay, now we got strength and leaping every time we go outside. Of course, leaping is going to be a little hard to tell because I've got creative flying on. But you could put this with whatever potions you wanted. And the downside is it's also going to fire when you come back in. So maybe you don't want that. Maybe you just want this to be something you do separately. You could wire this up with other kinds of inputs. We could even do it with a button or something like that. And that would be pretty... Actually, buttons would be really easy to do. So if you want a slight variation on this... Yep, I should have taken that one out first. If we just do this with buttons, I think you can put those right here. Can you do it right like that? Yep. So you can do that, get your potions on the way out, and then it won't trigger when you come in or not. And you might still want a pressure plate inside your door. So let's see, that way. And that way, just your door always closes behind you. Not that it matters as much, because Enderman can teleport right inside here. But this way, like I said, you can easily at least get some potions on your way out the door whenever you're going to go do battle. Alright, so that's going to be good for now. Aside from trying to do redstone on camera, which is just never a good idea. Let's do some armor stands, because we might want to have some backup armor in here, or at least some display armor. We could do that right at the entrance. These could look really cool right here. And that one. Let's put some different armor on them. We could dye our armor, or we could do... Well, this is creative mode. Let's do chainmail. We're going to do that. That's going to be fine. Oops. Nope, chainmail. And there. And so that guy gets that piece, and that piece, and that piece, and that piece. Come on, chain boots. And there we go. So we got 2 sets of chainmail at the front. You can put whatever decorative armor you've got on there, enchanted armor that you found that's got just a couple uses left. You can't really use it for combat. Could look nice. Maybe we want to put a jukebox in here somewhere. That could be cool. Put that maybe even upstairs. Let's do that. Let's do a jukebox in one corner. And that's going to look a little bland on its own, so maybe what we want to do is do it this way. Here's a jukebox, and then we need some blocks of coal. And we're going to put in like this, and then we need some kind of other wooden blocks. Let's see what would be good. Not crafting benches, maybe note blocks. That might look nice. Note blocks. And let's just throw those on the ground. There we go. Alright, now we got a big stereo system. And if you really wanted to, you could put in some other things like banners on here. Black banners over the top of this, but they might wave a little bit. Have to see what you think about that. So the idea is that that would look a little bit more like a stereo than just having a regular boom box. So let's see, music disc, and let's get on Strahd. Oh, and there's our painting that I thought I took off. Yeah. And let's turn the sound, not video settings. Let's turn the sound down just a little bit. Okay, let's try that again. Jukebox, there it is. Alright, and then we need something on this side. So we've already got our bookshelves over there. We've got our little stereo system. What do we need on this side? This decorative. Needs to look nice. What would be good on this side? What do you think? Don't have any beacons. We could do a beacon over here. Ooh, we need anvils downstairs, and we don't have any enchanting tables. So we need that too. We're gonna need enchanting. And what about decorative stuff? Need an ender chest, of course. Of course we need an ender chest. maybe some flower pots. We'll see about that. I wonder if you can't put coarse plants in those, I don't think. And end crystals. Of course, if you could place those, that would be great. So let's do an ender chest, an enchantment table, and an anvil. There we go. And that's actually going to be a really terrible way to do our enchanting table. So let's do that somewhere else, now that I think about it. Let's do there. And we're going to need to grab some of these bookshelves. Oops. And then we can come across this way. And how many levels is that going to get us without obstructing that? It's really hard to tell. But you also could come out this way if you really wanted to make it better. And then bring up the corners even. So that's pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Is that right? 19? I think it is, because that would be 20. So that's going to be decent. It won't get us the best enchants in the game, but I really don't want to cover up the windows anymore. So yeah, like that. Let's do an anvil. Where would we want to do an anvil? Maybe we want to do those in the corners? Or maybe we want to do them up here. Yeah, because that way you can come up here and you can use these while you're using the enchantment area. That's going to look pretty nice. Okay, and then ender chests. Maybe we're going to put 2 of these in here, one on either side of the bed. And that way, if for whatever reason we lose one, break it, we got another one there. Liking that. Let's get ender crystals. Where can we put these? Can they just go out in the world? They can't. I think they need to go in an item frame, if you can even do that. These are new on 1.9. I haven't played around with them a lot, so let's do this and this. Yeah, there we go. So now we got our end crystal decorations. That's looking pretty cool. Gotta have that in your end base. And then we just need to do a little bit of decoration with flower pots here. Let's do some stairs. Let's do more purple stairs. Let's do them... Let's do this. Here and here. And let's put some flower pots on there. Oops, nope, not there. That's going to stand out a little bit, but I think that's going to look good. And let's see, for decorations, I don't think we can do chorus plants in there. Let's check chorus flower and chorus plant just to be safe. I'm pretty sure we can't. We did lilacs and peonies outside. So let's try something different in here. Maybe we want some alliums, or some blue orchids, or some azure bluets. So let's double check this. No and no. Okay. So allium there, blue orchid, azure bluet, and another allium on this side, I think. There we go. We got some little decorations there. And anything else? Anything else we want to do here? You know, if you had your own personal banner, you could do that outside. You could also put player heads on these stands instead of armor. So if you had player heads from other people on your server, you could certainly do that. Player head. Is that right? Oh, just skull. That's what it is. No, head. Head. Yep, there it is. Head. Okay, that's pretty easy. How did I not remember that? So you could have that, your little guardians out there. And that's probably going to be enough. So you've got a place to cook your food and your items. You've got a place to store a few things. Obviously, this is not going to be a permanent home, so you can't sleep here anyway. You got a nice fake bed that looks pretty good. You got your ender dragon head. Oh, and of course, we need to put a button on this so that you can press it and activate him. So let's see, we can put that right at... No, we can't put that at the top, can we? Let's put it on either side so they look nice and match. There you go. Now that'll wiggle. That looks pretty good. I like that a lot. And we could do some similar decorations on the other sides just to make it look decorative and not like it's obvious that you can push those buttons and do something. So there you go, a nice little touch. Buttons don't have to be used for function, they can be used for decoration too. And that's going to help match with this down here too. I like that a lot. Alright, so I think that's going to be it. We just wanted to do a little interior design here. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, then please subscribe. And as always, I've been Brickwaffle. Thank you for watching.